Please excuse me, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. I've been trying to talk since. Please, I think this VMware has a virtual keyboard. So my keyboard is bad. So I can't find the my system's on-screen keyboard isn't working on it. So I think it has its own on-screen keyboard. Please, I don't know, how do I get it?
Okay. So you're looking for how you can get the VMware on-screen keyboard.
Yes, sir.
So basically, you can just search for it because I haven't used it to either.
I did too. I tried
Why
using
is
it one time like that. Can, can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yeah, we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Yeah, I tried using it when I had my keyboard issues as well, but I figured out that I can't use it beyond when I input my password for the HD user. I don't know if you can try it from your end.
Mm,
Like when you put your you see that, can you see that settings kind of thing on the top right
mhm.
corner?
Yes.
I don't know, maybe you could try. Maybe you could check.
I'm not seeing anything like keyboard here.
Yeah. It's only when I was trying to, when you try to put your password, or when you're trying to enter HD user Hadoop, you can navigate through the on-screen keyboard. But after that, I don't think you can.
So you might have to install it. Editor, you might have to install it. I'm not sure, but check online on how you can go about it. But if it requires you updating or installing something on your VMware, I would recommend that you shouldn't do it at all. So you might want to look for an external keyboard to connect to your
All right,
system,
sir.
or you can
I'll
use
try.
a Bluetooth external keyboard too.
Okay.
But your
Thank you very
system
much.
is, what's wrong with your system's on-screen keyboard?
I don't know. The letter S just stopped responding this morning.
Letter S just stops. Wow. Okay. I would say you should, yeah, just look for an external keyboard if your keys are that bad.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. Okay, so right now I'm trying to add the external jazz, the external libraries. Yeah. Commons collection 3.2. Commons configuration 1.6. Okay.
It looks like that's default library.
You said?
Is that like our default libraries we're always using? Or is there going to be a scenario where we have to change the the library or something?
Yeah, so basically the libraries you use depend on the task you want to perform, whatever you want to implement. So for now, we've just been doing map reduce programs so far, normal HBAs and HDFS manipulation so far. So it has been common so far. So most likely when we go to likes of let's say I've QL and the rest, we might have to use maybe probably different libraries. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So since we've added our library, ensure there is no error. The next thing is we delete our source folder and create a new one. Okay. Okay. So after creating a new source folder, the next thing we need to do is we need to create a Java class so we can start writing our code. So you specify your package name. Let's do big data. Okay. The name of this class is max temperature mapper. Okay, so our environment is open. For this lab, we are going to be using the code snippets we'll be using. Oh, sorry. I guess I'll have to reshare my screen. Okay, so for this lab, the code snippets we'll be using should be storing, the code snippets we'll be using will be storing data, Hadoop processing. Let me confirm. Yeah, so the code snippets we'll be using will be storing, processing Hadoop to implementing mr.text. So it's the same thing we used last week. So for the mapper class, I'll copy the code and paste it also. And next thing is I'm going to format my code. After that, I'll build my project. And I'll save this. Okay. Then I need to create the next class. So after the mapper class, I need to create the reducer class. So I'll click on the package name, right click, go to create new class. So it's still the same package name. This time around it's max temperature reducer. So I'll click finish. Okay. Then I would also put in the code for the map reducer class. So after putting in my code, I would also build this project. Yeah, like I said, I'll build the project. Then the next thing is I need the driver class or I need driver class itself. So I'll right click on the package name, create a new class and call it max temperature driver. Okay, yeah, max temperature driver. Then I will also put in my code. So I'm going to build my code. Okay. Then next thing should be to export. Yeah, export everything as a Java program, as a Java file. So to do that, I need to go to the project itself. Right click on the project, then go to export. So I need to specify the kind of, I want to export it as a Java program, to be specific as a Java file. Then I will ensure everything is clicked. Wow. Okay, finally Richard is with us. Okay. So next thing I need to specify the name and where I want to save it. So since it's the second time, I'll use weather data2.jar. Then I'll click on finish to export it. I'll click OK. So everything is done. Yeah, everything is saved right now. Then the next thing is I'll go to my terminal. So to avoid the environment variable error, I'll set my Hadoop environment variable. Okay. Then I'll start my Hadoop components, all of it. So to start all of my Hadoop components, so let's say start all.sh. Okay. So wait for our name nodes and the remaining Hadoop components to start running. Okay, so the next thing is to ensure all of my Hadoop components are running. So to do that, I'll type GPS. Okay, resource manager. Virtually everything is running. Then I need to copy my input file from my local terminal, from my local system, local directory to my HDFS directory. So Koli was saying we should look at what is inside the weather text file that we're copying. So I'm going to change directory to where the weather text file is. Okay, so yeah, my very first question for today. How do I look inside a text file? What code do I type to read inside a text file? Should I call names? Someone should help us with that.
Cat, CAT.
Cat.
Cat
C
what?
Then the
cat, then specify the folder, the object, what you're requesting to see.
So I should put cat, then the file name.
Yes.
Wow.
Things are in
Okay, so
directory.
basically, what cat does is, okay, it has printed everything. Yeah.
hold on.
So Cole is saying he doesn't understand this. So, wow. Okay. So I've exhausted this. There are so many entries. So, does anyone have an idea of how we can see just the first few entries of the text file? Because from what I can see here, I can't also make sense of it directly without knowing the. So basically, this data now, you can't make sense of it if you don't know the column names. Yeah, if you can't know the column names. But yeah, if you can't know the
Sorry.
column names, you wouldn't be able to make sense of it. So everything is clustered together.
So,
Okay.
sorry.
So does
Yeah.
anyone have an idea of what we should do?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know. When I was doing it, I didn't particularly use the terminal. I opened it with the normal editor, text editor that exists in this VMware. This, so I opened it from the normal file system, like the file explorer. So I think that one looked, it's somewhat better than this. And if you are going to, you'll be seeing column number down at the bottom of the, yeah, the bottom right. So maybe that could also give insight on the number you're talking about.
Okay, so this is it, right?
Yes.
Wow. It's taking time to load. It's quite large, I presume. You said what to call it? Is it like this?
Yeah, yeah, that's the editor, text editor file, the app. But I don't know, I can't your own is not loaded.
Yeah, I can't say anything. That is why I'm asking that. Is it meant to be like this? No, it
No, no,
shouldn't.
it shouldn't. It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
It's the same numbers there, or the same numbers and letters as it showed in the terminal.
Check it. Installed. Okay, person installed. this language. Okay. Let's continue. Wow, we have to install this thing.
So we can actually use a whole lot of
Oh, you
applications
can use R.
like
You
this.
can also use R to
Can use
open
R.
it.
Right? Oh, wow. Okay, that makes it more interesting.
Okay, so you guys have been doing R so far, so yeah. Okay. In fact, I shouldn't be doing this actually. So someone should tell me. Yeah. Okay. Slash use the user. Okay. I shouldn't be doing this. Someone should tell me how do I change my working directory to data? You guys have been programming in R. So make it an interactive class. You tell me the codes, I type it.
Set WD bracket open and
Get to
quotation marks and then input the quotation marks slash home slash HG user slash data. And then run the command.
Okay. So now how can I see everything in that directory? Or how can I read
ls
text
bracket
file? LS what?
bracket
bucket
open bracket close.
Okay. LS bracket open bracket close. This is what it is returning.
That lists objects that are actually in that objects that are in R that are in that working directory.
Okay. So now, okay, I want to read the text file. I want to see the head. What's the next line? What are the two? Okay, 2 lines of code should be able to do that. What should I write? What should I type next? Hmm.
Okay.
Would I use
You should
read
be able
table
to call
or read text
yes.
file or scan? What would I use? Read table, read text file, read scan. Which one would I use? You guys should talk.
Okay. I was about to say something. I think you can call the text file into a variable and use read
Okay,
underscore
text file
diff
or
diff
table
file.
or read delimited. Which one?
Okay, let me pause and think.
You can call someone to help out, or you guys talk. Yeah, I know 2 lines of code should do this. I want to open that text file and see the head. I want to know if it has column names or something. Since I can't open it directly, or my notepad editor is messing up.
Solomon, are you on chat?
So no one is talking. Okay, so I think it's open now.
Okay, I'm not sure, sir, but I think it's possible for you to use um can can you use scan to actually open a text file? Maybe just do scan open brackets, then file dot choose and choose the file. I've never really tried. Most times we're always working with CSV files. So
Abi,
yes, then you click the weather.txt.
you can see.
Okay, doesn't work. Maybe let me think again.
Okay, so Okuli, from what I can see, it's actually the same thing it's returning. Yeah.
For the R, yes, sir. I think I've gotten it. Is the delimiter we use since it's a TX. Yes, so read
So
dot
it is read the link, right?
yes, read the lim, and then we
Okay.
specify.
What are its lines of code?
So read dot delim.
Will I just say read.delim? I need to give
Let's
my
call it
this thing
a
into
variable.
now. A
Okay,
variable,
sir.
yeah.
Let's
I need to,
any variable, maybe X
okay, data.
or data.
Okay,
Okay, that's
let's say whether how do we say equals to in R? I know
it. Use whether you use
everybody
equal
should
to or you use
know. We use what?
less
It's two
less than
symbols actually.
dot less than slash dash.
Okay.
Then read dot delim, that's delim bracket
Mm-hmm.
open file dot choose.
Do I always have to use file.choose? I'm in the work and in the same working directory now. I should be
Okay.
able to do this, right?
Yes, you should be able to call the file itself exactly if you know the spelling.
Then what else? Would this work
And
or it
then
is wrong?
I think you have to put in quotation marks.
Uh-huh. Okay. So the next thing is what? We don't know the headers, right?
Yes, we don't know the headers. So I don't know whether we should run it with headers or we should run headers is equals to false. Maybe we should just run it with headers. Let's headers is equals to true, and let's see what comes out.
Because what?
True.
False.
Hmm?
Okay, false.
False.
Okay, so it's returning an error. Okay. And scan. Okay, so let's see. I'm just see. Okay. So let me try this now. Let's say we do this. Okay. So how do you check the head?
Head.
Mm-hmm. Edwards.
Head of weather.
Okay. So ideally, okay, it's not making sense. I also don't know what was stored inside, but okay. Well, it seems I also can't tell you what is contained inside this weather file, but out of curiosity, I like the way Ukuli has pointed it out that how about we looking at it? So one way we can do this is um the best way to do this is by trying to interpret the codes we have written for the mapper class, the reducer class, and the driver class for getting the maximum temperature. So, Okoli, the best advice or the way out I would give is, um, you go and study the codes. Yeah, the codes for the mapper class, the reducer class, and driver class. That way, you should be able to know what exactly is happening, and that way, you should be able to understand the kind of data contained in the text file. Yeah. So I suspect they will be using functions like substring, then trying to call the index position of the characters, like that, telling you where is a certain column for probably maybe air temperature or year starts from and the rest. So that's what you should see in the code, and you should be able to detect what it means by just interpreting the code. So I'll move on to continuing with the lab demonstration for the weather map reduce program. Okay, so I need to be sure that Adobe is currently running. Okay, everything is running except for Eclipse. Very close to Eclipse, right? Okay, just oh yeah. So next thing is me moving the weather.txt file to okay. Eclipse is running. Just do this. So now the code to copy the weather.txt file. So ideally, the weather.txt file should already be in my HDFS directory. So one way to be sure and to check that it is there is, okay, let me see Adobe DFS KLS slash, let me check what's there. Okay, the weather.txt file is already there, so there's no need for me to copy it. Yeah, so I can move on to the next thing. So the next thing is running my Java program and using my weather.txt file as the input. Okay, so that would be this. Okay. So the next thing is to check the output of that file. Okay, so it returns the year with the maximum temperature. So the maximum temperature it's written here is 317. It's the same thing you have in the manual. And the year is 1901, if I'm right. Yeah, 1901. So basically it aggregates the temperature together, I presume. Okay, so that's that for the weather map reduce program. So I don't know if anyone was not able to get this running. Is there anyone that tried it and couldn't get it? Probably anyone encountered an error or something, and you've not had time to reach out to maybe Okoli or Marvelous to help you out with it. Is there anyone? I'll just take that as there is no one who wasn't able to get it. So the next lab I'm actually meant to demonstrate. Let me see if there's enough time. Okay, yeah, we still have approximately almost an hour left. So now the next lab I'm meant to demonstrate is so this time around we'll try to um build a map reduce program. So what this particular program would do, so it is more or less like a translator. So what this application will do is it will read a certain text file, then determine the language of that text file, then convert the text in that language, and convert the text inside that text file to a different language. So it can convert it to most likely Italian or French. So it's more or less like we are trying to build a translator using Hadoop MapReduce. Yeah. So to do that also, the same thing, the same steps we've been following. The same steps. So okay, so I'm going to exit my terminal now. I need to restart Eclipse, so I'll go into a new workspace. Okay, so we call it dictionary, so I'll call it dictionary too. Okay, that's my new workspace. Okay. So we'll create our project. It is a Java project. And the next thing we'll do is we'll give our project a name. Okay, for this particular lab, they tell us to use the default JDK, the default Java compiler. So you might need to take note of that. Okay, so after that, yeah, we'll click on finish for it to build our project. Then the next thing as usual is to configure our build path. So how do you configure your build path? You right click on the project, you go to build path, then you go to configure build path. You add your external jars as usual. Yeah. Okay. So one thing I can do is I'll just go to recently used, then look for those external jars I want to use there. Okay, those ones that are in the same, in the same location, I'll add them all. Okay, commons collection. Okay, commons configuration. Okay, Adobe Common 2.6. Oh, okay. Then Adobe Map Reduce client call. Okay, so it should be those 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay, so the same thing when you use recently used, I know it's thousand reference some certain library. Okay, so view part, configure view parts. Okay, so the last two is missing. Yeah, Adobe Common, and so I'll just add them again. So okay. Okay, I need to confirm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so everything is in order. So since we've added our external libraries, I need to delete the source folder and create it again. Okay, so to do that, you right click on the project folder and you go to new source folder, call it src, you click on finish. So now the next thing now is you need to create a new class. So that will be our word mapper class. So in process of creating a new class, we'll tell you to create a package. The package has always been com.let to big data. Okay. Yeah, then the name of the class is word mapper. So click finish. Yeah. Then the next thing is for us to put in our code. Okay. So for this particular lab, which is the dictionary lab, where you build a program that converts text file in English language to probably Italian or French, the code snippet we are using is the storing processing Adobe 2 underscore additional mr.txt. So that's it. Okay, so the code snippet for the word mapper class is this. So I'm going to put in my code, make sure everything is refactored. As usual, I'll build my project before adding another class to make sure everything is running well. I'll click save. So after adding the word mapper class, I need to add the reducer class, which is the translation reducer class. So I'll click on the package name, then go to new class. So we still retain the same package name. This time around, the name of the new class we are creating is all translation reducer. Okay. Yeah. So next thing we put in our code snippet also. as usual, you build your project before adding another class. Okay. So right now we add the dictionary class, in which it is similar to your weather driver class. Okay. So to add a new class, you right click on your package name, go to new, then go to class. So the name of the new class will be dictionary. We'll click on finish. Then we'll put in our code for the dictionary class. It's quite long. Wow. Okay. So we'll put in our code for the dictionary class. And we'll format our code. Okay. So for this particular lab, you need to take note. So one way of debugging errors is, once you're already seeing an error somewhere, there are suggestions to it. So if you hover your mouse pointer over the error, by your left hand side, you see something like this. It's going to suggest solutions to you. Okay, saying add suppress warning depression to your main method. So once you click on this should solve it. Okay, so automatically it will add an extra line of code. Okay, now there's an error somewhere. Okay, so one thing I'll do is I'll first build this code. Okay, it's built already. Okay, then okay, yeah, so everything is fine now. Let me repeat that for those people that might be doing the lab. So you hover your mouse on it, or you either go to the left hand side, you see something like this. So you click on it to suggest solutions to that error that you're facing. So it's telling you that, okay, should it ignore this warning or not? So basically, your main method is the main action part of your code. So basically, I'll just click yes. It should add suppress warnings to the main action part of my code. Then instead of the new job I want to instantiate itself. So once I click on this, it has added this extra line of code. This particular one here, it has added this to my code to ignore the error that was coming from this side before. So the next thing to do now is to build my project. So after building my project, I'll try to save my project. So my project is saved now. So as usual, you need to export your file. So you right click on the project and go to export. So you export as a jar file. You click next. So you ensure everything is clicked. So this time around, they said we should export it as dictionary.jar and put it in the data directory. So it will be /hd/user/data/dictionary. Alright, dictionary.jar. Okay. The next thing is you click finish. Yeah, okay. Oh, I already have a file like it before, so I can just. Oh, I already have a file like it before, so I can just ignore this and just So I already exported a file like that to it. So after exporting your file, the next thing to do is you come to your terminal. You check if you still have Hadoop and its component running. Yes, it's still running. So you copy your input file to your HDFS file system, to your Hadoop file system. So I already copied that. To check if I've done that, I would just say Hadoop DFS, then /ls, list everything in the home directory. So I'm looking for a dictionary.txt file. Okay, here it is there. So the dictionary.txt is already there. So if we're also curious like Kukuli, we can try to check what's in the dictionary.txt file. So let's say /home/is the user. So it is in the datasets directory. Yeah. So dictionary, okay, cat dictionary.txt. Wow. So if you can see in the dictionary text file, we can still make sense of this one. So what it has done is it has how would I put it? So what I would say is you can see the dictionary text file has a lot of words in it. Yeah, so it has a lot of words in it, as you can see from here. A lot of words in English in it. Okay, so next thing to do now is we are going to run our Java program on the dictionary.txt file. So I'm going to change my working directory to the home directory. I'm putting the code, I'm putting the code to run my Java program. Okay. So I'm going to do that now. Okay. So I guess I will do that again because I didn't set my environment variable for Hadoop. So I will just do that one more time and set it this time around. Then I would run that program again. But before I do that, since I already ran it once, I need to be sure that the output file doesn't exist there anymore. So let me just do this. Okay, there should be no such file there. Okay, so it has deleted it. So this time around, I'll run it again. So let me clear this. Okay, so this time it should be better. It shouldn't give me the native util issue. So next thing I need to read what's inside. I need to read what's inside the dictionary.txt file. Okay, so to read what's inside the dictionary.txt file, I'll say Hadoop file system. So what do I want to do? I want to read what's inside the text file. I need to specify the working directory, the directory of the file, /h the user. Then okay, this is file dictionary. Then I also need to give it a section. So let me say patar dash k1 to specify the time. Okay. You should print out what's inside the output file. Oh, no such directory. Guess I'll just copy and paste the code.
It's because of the H at the back of the. There's an H there.
You said?
I said it's just 40. I think there's not supposed to be H at the back of the, or is there an H there?
Okay, yeah, right. There's no H there. Okay, so I added that myself. That was a mistake. That was an error on my part. Yeah, thank you. So from where we can see, after checking what's inside after checking the outputs, you can see that so ideally it has converted every English word in the text file to most likely Italian or French.
I think it's German.
Okay, I don't know what language it is, but I'm sure when you inspect the codes, you'll be able to know what's happening here. So when you go through the Java codes, you'll be able to know which language or what it is doing at each point. Okay, so from what I can see, like we have a lot of labs to do on MapReduce. Well, then by the time we are done with MapReduce, we would have done we would have done virtually half of the whole content in the lab manual. Like we are moving at a faster pace compared to yeah the theory classes itself. Because I know the theory classes contains book one and book two. Yeah, if I'm right. Okay, so that's all from. Okay, that's all for today. That's all I'll be doing today. I know you guys haven't done this lab that I just did. So go and try it out. I don't know if any of you was doing it hands-on alongside with me. Was anyone doing it? Or did anybody try it out? Okay. So hopefully by Friday, as usual, you would have attempted the other labs by God's grace. I don't know if I'll be the one taking you guys on Friday, but hopefully by Friday you guys would have attempted the other labs. So basically the lab classes are just okay, you come with your error. If you have any issue, we try to face it, we try to debug it together, and that is all. So I guess we are done for today. Thank you for coming. Does anyone have any question before I take my leave? Does anybody have any question or anything to say? Any question? Okay. Since no one is raising a question or doesn't have any question, I guess that will be all for today. We'll most likely see you on Friday, or probably you guys will meet up. We'll catch up with Edward on Friday. Yeah. So thank you for coming to this class.
Please let me ask
Hopefully,
you a question. Sorry.
okay.
Okay, sorry. So I noticed it's not really. I noticed that while you were entering your codes on the terminal, I noticed that you were putting a dollar sign. I don't know. Like when you wanted to get us. You say?
I wasn't putting a dollar sign. No. The dollar sign comes on its own automatically.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I guess I didn't see well.
I wasn't
Okay,
putting
that's
a. So do you mean
uh
this? Do you mean
no,
this?
like there was a time when you called the data directory, and I saw a dollar sign after it, and I was wondering why
No, probably
But
it was an output. So it was, yeah, probably it was trying to tell me that it has outputted something. So the dollar sign, I didn't put it there myself. But
okay,
none of it, I didn't put any dollar sign myself.
okay,
So
okay.
probably maybe you saw this. Okay. Does anyone have any other question? Okay. So since there's no question, that will be all for today's class. Hopefully you guys would have gone ahead of me in the labs. Yeah, it seems I'm still ahead of you guys in terms of this lab. And the major aim is for you guys to be much more ahead of me. Like it should be like 4 labs or 5 labs ahead of me so you can come and ask questions. That's the major reason why I was shifted to taking you guys the lab and hands-on classes. Okay. In the absence of no question, thank you. Bye bye. Thank you for coming.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Thanks
Thank you
for
very
coming.
much. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for this class.
Thank you, sir. God bless you. Amen. Is
Thanks, sir.
everybody in the class? They say someone want to share screen.
Okoli, share your screen now.
Right. Everyone has left. Did on Zoom meeting. Bye, guys.